This is Matthew Tallerini from World Baseball Network. Right beside me is Philadelphia Phillies designated hitter Kyle Schwarber. Kyle, second game going up against Pittsburgh. What's it like, to come back from 8-4? You guys won yesterday, and what you guys want to do today?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing with our group is that we don't really feel, I guess, pressure. I think that we always kind of find a way to put ourselves in situations later in the game that we're going to, feel like we're in striking distance. And that's the biggest thing, that we have all the confidence in the world in our pitching to keep us in the games. And, if we don't start early, that we can go out there and feel confident that we can strike late.
How do you feel about guys like, Edmundo Sosa, Trey Turner, and, guys that can step up in this lineup day in and day out, and what Bryce Harper has done to get you guys at this point of the year?
Yeah, I feel like that our lineup throughout a whole, we have names in our lineup, and, it's guys who have played the game for a really long time and guys who are going to be making their name. And I feel like it's a very deep lineup, and, you can't really take a break. If you're looking at the 1 through 5 and then you go 6 through 9, that, even though that, some guys might not have the 10-year record, that these guys are hard outs and that we're willing to put up a fight every single night.
I'm just blanking through the division. I mean, you guys have 26 wins up to this point of the year. How do you just feel what you guys can do to maintain healthy and what the pitching staff has done? I mean, Rangers, Suarez, Alvarado in the back end. How do you just feel like a lot of starters and relievers have just been stepping up one by one?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's how you're going to win a lot of baseball games, throughout your pitching, right? Obviously you have to score runs, but it's a really good, quality when your team's, you feel like you're in the 6th inning, it's a 2-run game, or you have two runs have been given up. So the way that they are able to handle themselves on the mound for starts, but also when our back end comes in, and you feel very confident when that ball's getting handed over to them in the 8th, 9th inning, if we have a one-run lead or if we have a 6-run lead, that you got a really good feeling that that game's going to be over with.
And one more question. MLB doing Armed Forces Weekend, a salute to service. How do you just feel what MLB has done throughout, the course of the last, 15 to 20 years that have backed up so much of the of our veterans?
Yeah, I think it's a big deal, right? Where we have so many freedoms, and we get to play a great game of baseball, and we have many fans that get to come out and watch us, and sure, some of those fans are veterans, and for our active members and our veterans and our Gold Star families, we appreciate the soldier service, and can't see you guys enough. Thanks for putting your guys' lives first for our freedom. So thank you.
And a follow-up, a guy like Paul Skeens, playing at Air Force and obviously wants to serve after his post-career. How do you feel like what he wants to do after his career, going back to the Air Force and also playing for Team USA that he committed to a few days ago, and also your consideration of playing in the World Baseball Classic?
Yeah, Paul seems like, I haven't really got to talk to him much, but just watching from afar, seems like a guy who's very prepared and ready to take the ball, and seems business. And I don't think that's shocking if you see the Air Force background from the academy there, and then obviously wanting to hold up to his commitment. But I think it's a very, really honorable thing to do if that does happen. And obviously it's exciting to have him play on Team USA, one of the more elite young arms in our game, and he's only going to keep showing himself more why he's going to be a really elite arm. And for myself, if I get the call, it's going to be yes.
Kyle, thank you so much for your time being for this segment. My name is Matthew Tallerini from World Baseball Network. Right beside me, Philadelphia Phillies designated hitter and Team USA commitment, Kyle Schwarber.